Good evening, everybody. J7409 here with you with a tropical update for Sunday, the 17th of June, 2018. Of course, I haven't been around this morning. I did my church stuff this morning and got home, had things to do, but here I am, okay? So I've got that little pointer set on Houston, okay? Now, this is the radar. This is the radar now. And what I want to show you is going to be quite different. You can see the rain coming in, okay? But before I even start showing you stuff, the entire coast, okay? I'm talking just about the entire coast of Texas is going to have rain every day coming up this week at some point, with heavier showers, some point not so heavy showers, okay? By the end of the week, the showers should start to diminish because I really think that this system's going to take a southward turn because I've seen something else coming, and it's in the end going to go over Mexico, all right? But this is what the radar looks like as of right now as I am speaking to you. Now I'm going to show you something. It's going to scare the bejeebies out of you, but don't let it. We're going to look at the satellite image of this. Now that looks just awful, doesn't it? Remember me telling you this is a trough system. Here's the trough system. It's nothing but a low pressure trough system. I know you're going, well, it don't look like one to me. It looks like a big bad storm. Well, yeah, it is frightful to look at it. I agree with you, okay? And all of this stuff, I want to make this clear. All of this stuff you see down here has nothing to do with this system. This is stuff that's come up, like this rain you see up here right now, going up this way, has nothing to do with this. This is just this little system thing, okay? And the other rain, look at all the rain. You want to see, it looks scary, doesn't it? Don't let it scare you. Do not let it scare you. It goes all the way up into Canada. My friend Rhea, she's been writing me here lately. We've been corresponding in the comment section. Poor Canada's had rain, 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 and some more rain. Well, right now at 3:31 p.m. EDT, this is what the satellite picture is showing. Now, here we go. Here's our trough system. All right. Some say, have you seen it in rotate? It's picking up rotation. No, I have not seen that at all. Period. I see no helicity or vorticity for motion of turning in any kind of way, except the whole thing is moving at one time. What you see right in here, that's not an eye building up, okay? What it is, now I made this a little dark on purpose because I wanted you to actually see it. I can make it a little bit lighter. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. But anyway, what it is over the Gulf now. And yes, it's in much warmer waters. It's been in warm waters though, okay? It's been in warm waters for a while. If it was going to grow, it would have, but wind shear has kept that from happening. There's a little bit of dry air, but not that much. If you look on the map, you'll see there's a lot of moisture all over the entire United States right now. What this is the building up of the cloud. You've heard me talk about the pressure gradient that would intensify. Well, that's what's happening. More rain is sucking up the heat from the bottom. It's making more moisture in the air. And this is just one big, huge rain cloud. And yes, it's going to dump some water. I've done some other figuring and checking out models and all kind of things today because I really wanted to get this as up to date for you as I could. And as you can see over here right now, there's another pressure granite cell that had tightened, and yes, it has right much rain in it. But once again, this is not going to, like, it's going to go over and you're going to get like 80% chance of rain, 70% chance of rain, 80% chance of rain, 60% chance of rain. Finally, it ought to level off. Let's go back to the radar right quick. Now, some of these places, I said it yesterday, there was a chance of flash flooding. There is the greatest chance of flash flooding, but it's not a Harvey situation by no means, okay? Please, if you come across anywhere along the Texas coast, no matter what day of the week this week it is, if you see a place that is flooded, do not go through it, okay? Please don't do that. But on the radar now, it will start picking up more and more because a regular radar for where I've got it set in Houston only goes out so far. That's why you don't see all of this stuff, okay? So I wanted to explain that to you. And right now, right while I'm over here, there's a lot of alerts out. I'll get to the alerts in another video. But folks, look at the alerts. See, there's no alerts out for here. Right in this little area, you see a little blue line. That is a gale warning along the coast there. But would you look at this? My goodness. Thunderstorms, tornadoes. Tornadoes already happened up here, and these little blocks is the way that it's moving, the echoes from it. All kind of weather's going on. Like I say, I will do the alerts in a different video. But now, back to this system. I have tried my best to see if this would ever update from 7:12 this morning, but it hasn't. So we're going to go with it, okay? From the National Hurricane Center. And before I do, I don't want writing to pop up. You can see those clouds. This was early this morning. I just showed you what was going on now. See how this is all following? There is the big rain cloud right there. And see all this other stuff's coming up from Mexico. Okay. This combination of surface trough and upper level low pressure system is producing a large but disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms over the west central Gulf of Mexico. This system is producing strong gusty winds. When they say that, I've looked them up today. It's 25 to 35 mile per hour if you get a gust. The regular winds are anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. Okay, that's what the winds are like. Now, these winds are over the northern and northwestern Gulf environment. Conditions do not support significant development. However, heavy rains and gusty winds are likely to continue across the northwestern Gulf of Mexico today. This activity will reach portions of the Texas and southwestern Louisiana coast by later today. Same thing, 2 days, 5 days, 20%. It does not have a name. I can't look up a lot of stuff. Of course, there's no airplanes checking it out. It's 20%. They're not going to do it. So, with that all said and done, let's go check something else out. Okay, we have the latest 12 o'clock run of the GFS, this map courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. I'm going to turn it on and let it run through while I tell you what I think this system may do. So let's turn it on and get going. Now, folks, this particular system is a storm with tropical roots, okay? And it's going to provide the Texas Gulf Coast with much needed drought busting rainfall and thunderstorms. This starting at some point this weekend into much of next week. And I can't stress enough, yes, there is that risk of a growing flash flood threat anywhere up and down the coast where these heavy rain showers just pound you. Now, It's a poorly organized area of low pressure trough located across the west central Gulf of Mexico, and it's pumping plenty of tropical moisture northward, supplying southern Louisiana and the upper Texas Gulf Coast with locally heavy downpours and thunderstorms. Now, as the storms drift to the west toward the central and southern Texas Gulf Coast, starting more tomorrow and all the way through Wednesday, expect heavy rain and thunderstorms, and they will multiply and repeatedly track deeper into the Lone Star State. Now, by Thursday and Friday, a southwestward drift into Mexico will keep the heavy rain and flood concern high across southern Texas. We're down at the very bottom of Texas. That's when you're going to get it. Now, thankfully, by the start of next week, the storm will start to weaken and pull even further south into Mexico, bringing an end to the soggy, stormy weather. Now, cities like Houston and Galveston, to Corpus Christi, Brownsville, and McAllen, Texas, will be the most at risk for repeated drenching downpours and urban or flash flooding through this week, like I've been saying all along. Now, the impressive rainfall totals. Now, some places, now when I say this, I am talking about the entire Texas Gulf Coast. I'm not talking about one little place in Texas. But the impressive rainfall totals with this system could be 10 to 15 inches up and down total of the Texas Gulf Coast. Now, totals further inland and along south of Interstate 35 corridor, say from Waco to San Antonio to Laredo, they should measure 2 inches. They could get as much as 5, and maybe even 10, but I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. I figured out some things. I did see one graph showing that, so I'm going to put it out there for you. But I would say anywhere from 2 to 6 inches of rain in some of these places, and it could be a little higher by Friday. Okay, by Friday, that's when all of this should be said and done. Now, although these heavy rain totals will cut away at short and long-term drought deficiencies that's been in place, it's going to lead to urban or flash flooding. You know it is. Now, this is especially in low-lying areas vulnerable to poor drainage. So, once again, I stress, please, if you see flooding, don't go out in it. Now, the rainfall will ease or nearly ease large precipitation deficits and ongoing drought conditions along the Texas Gulf Coast this entire week. Like I've said, you're going to get rain. And the precipitation deficits ranging from a little over 3.5 inches in Brownsville to maybe 12 inches in Galveston, maybe. I mean, don't bug out, maybe. And Texas could end up being a surplus for most along the Lone Star State Gulf Coast, thanks to this storm with tropical origin. So in other words, when I said that, I meant maybe you won't be having any droughts along the coast of Texas. There is one more thing that I do want to put in your head. Anywhere up and down the coast, when you are having these rain showers, I've talked about the wind. The wind should not be that bad at all. This is a rainmaker. It's not a tropical storm with rotation. But what can happen? Rotation can happen in the way of waterspouts and tornadoes. Please do not forget that. Waterspouts and tornadoes can happen. So that is just about the gist of what's going on now. I'll check on it tomorrow morning, see if anything has changed. This is all that I can find as of right now by looking at my models and checking out the National Hurricane Center and this, that, and all the others. This is what it's looking like now. So with all of that said and done, everyone stay safe. And if you happen to be along the Texas coast, doesn't matter which part, and you get start to get some bad weather, please let me know. If it's possible, do not put yourself in danger in any way. But if it's possible, get some pictures. Send them to me. Let me share them with everybody. So everybody will have a bird's eye view of what's going on with this system when it approaches Texas. Or for that matter, the small portion of the coast of Louisiana. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. And happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. I hope you've had a really great day today. Everybody stay safe. Make sure you got shelter to go to if you're out and about and one of these storms come up, because some of these storms are probably going to have lightning with them and the whole 9 yards. Please keep this in mind. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, click the bell, check off the email box to make sure you get all the latest in weather news, forecast, and alerts. Thank you so much for the comments. I love corresponding and chatting with you guys in the comments is what I call it. And the thumbs up, appreciate it a lot. Stay safe. I love you, and peace, love, and kindness to all.